Greetings everyone, I welcome you all to the daily current affairs session. Today is 12th of July and let's discuss the important current affairs. I am Ayush, your host. First, we have 5 difficult words to boost your vocabulary, so let's get started with the words of the day first. The first word for the day is refute, which means prove a statement or theory to be wrong or false. Disprove, confute are the synonyms here. Confirm, reaffirm are the antonyms. The second word is augur, which means or it refers of an event or circumstance portend a good or bad outcome. Bold, herald are the synonyms. Demonstrate, calculate are the antonyms here. Third word is compunction, which means a feeling of guilt or moral scruple that prevents or follows the doing of something bad. Scruples, reluctance are the synonyms. Easiness and happiness are the antonyms of this word. Fourth word is relegate, which means assign an inferior rank or position to. Degrade, declass are the synonyms here. Upgrade, promote are the antonyms. The fifth and the last word is conjecture, which means an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Conclusion, guess are the synonyms here, and fact and proof are the antonyms. So that's all for the words of the day. Let us move to the new section, questions of the day. The first question for the day is, which UNIFIL battalion won the UNIFIL Environment Award in Lebanon? So the correct answer is option B, India. So UNIFIL stands for United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon. It's a UN. NATO stands for National Atlantic Treaty Organization peacekeeping mission established on 19th March 1978 by UN Security Council resolutions 425 and 426. Its headquarters lies in Naqoura, Lebanon, and the capital city of Lebanon is Beirut. And UNIFIL's Indian Battalion won the UNIFIL Environment Award for a project seeking to raise awareness and decrease waste generation by planting seedlings in the position of responsibility. So this is a paper snapshot from the CSR General website which mentions the news here. Our second question is, SEBI stands for Securities and Exchange Board of India has revamped committee that advises the capital markets regulator on matters related to the regulation and development of mutual fund industry. Who is the head of the committee? So the correct answer is option D, Usha Thorat. So this committee comprises of 20 members headed by Usha Thorat, former deputy governor of RBI, and SEBI has revamped this committee on regulation and development of mutual fund industry. So this is a snapshot from the LiveMint website which mentions the news here. Our third question is, hashtag Be the Revival India and a Better New World is the theme of which of the following? So the correct answer is option C, India Global Week. So this is a theme of the India Global Week 2020, and India Global Week 2020 was organized in London, UK by India Inc. and it is an annual flagship event by India Inc., a London-based media house to re-energize and ignite optimism at global level. Our fourth question is, which Indian oil and gas company will launch its first cargo of Venezuelan crude in the 3 months this week in exchange for diesel under a swap deal by US? The correct answer is option B, Reliance Petroleum Limited. So Reliance Petroleum Limited will launch its first cargo of Venezuelan crude, and let me tell you a brief history about this. Washington has exempted some Venezuelan oil trade from sanctions when transactions are in exchange for fuel and food or to repay debts rather than for cash. But Reliance gave US Department of OFAC. OFAC stands for the Office of Foreign Assets Control. This is under Department of USA government. The notice of the trade and were allowed in connection with the humanitarian exchange of oil for diesel fuel. And this is a paper snapshot from the Business Standard website which mentions the news here. You can see. Our fifth question is, which regulatory body of insurance and reinsurance industries in India has given its nod to launch Corona Kavach health insurance policies? So the correct answer is option B, IRDAI. So IRDAI stands for Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority and its headquarters lies in Hyderabad, Telangana. So they have given their nod to over 30 insurance companies to launch Corona Kavach amid COVID-19 pandemic. And let me tell you a brief thing about this policy. So this policy can be availed by persons between the ages of 18 to 65 years. People can avail the Corona Kavach policy for self, spouse, parents, parents-in-laws, and dependent children up to 25 years of age. So this is a paper snapshot from the News Service Division of All India Radio, which mentions the news here. Our sixth question is, recently who has been appointed as the president of Hockey India? So the correct answer is option B, Gyanendra Nigombam. So he hails from Manipur and he has been named as the new president of Hockey India after Mohammad Mushtaq Ahmed resigned amid pressure from sports ministry. So why he was under pressure? Because he had violated the tenure cap guidelines of the code in 2018 elections when he took charge of the president's position. So this is a snapshot from the official website of Hockey India, which mentions the news here. So he is Manipur's Gyanendra Nigombam, who has been nominated, or you can say has been named as the new president of Hockey India. Seventh question is, recently Indian Air Force received the last of the 5 AH-64E Apache helicopters, attack helicopters from Boeing. How many total helicopters were in the deal? So the correct answer is option B, 22. So India received the last of the 5 AH-64E Apache attack helicopters, completed the contract of 22 Apaches, and the first batch was inducted in September 2019. And this is a $3 billion deal, and India contracted 22 Apache helicopters along with 15 Chinook helicopters from Boeing and through the foreign military sales program of the US government in September 2015. Moving on to the next question. Eighth question is, the Ministry of Culture is planning to reprint how many volumes of the Mongolian Kanjur under the National Mission for Manuscripts NMM by March 2022? So the correct answer is option A, 108. So they have planned to reprint 108 volumes of the Mongolian Kanjur under the NMM. This NMM was launched in February 2003, and this has mandate of documenting, conserving, and disseminating the knowledge of manuscripts. So this is a snapshot from the New Indian Express, which mentions the news here. Our ninth question is, which ministry has launched administrative skilled employer mapping, a SEAM portal to help skilled people find sustainable livelihood opportunities? So the correct answer is option A, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So they have launched a SEAM portal which will help skilled people find sustainable livelihood opportunities, and this is developed by National Skill Development Corporation in collaboration with Better Place. Our 10th and the last question is, China's central bank, People's Bank of China, has offloaded some or entire stake in India's which housing finance provider? So the correct answer is option B, HDFC Limited. So HDFC stands for Housing Development Finance Corporation, and PBOC has sold a part of its stake in HDFC, lowering its holding to less than 1%. And let me tell you a brief history of this. People's Bank of China had raised its holding in the housing financier to slightly over 1% during the quarter that ended on March 31, 2020, and the Indian government was not pleased with the fact that PBOC was able to raise its stake in HDFC without setting off any alarm bells. So this is a snapshot from the Money Control website which mentions the news here. Next, moving on to the next section, which is news that made headlines. So the first one is, first bus rolls into Swabhiman Anchal after independence of India. Swabhiman Anchal is erstwhile cut-off area of the Balimela Reservoir of Odisha. Second one is, India's industrial production contracts 34.7% in May. Third one is, TRAI, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, notifies new interconnection rules for fixed line networks. Fourth one is, Zomato's revenue doubles to 394 million US dollars in financial year 20. Fifth one is Supreme Court allows sending summon via WhatsApp, email or fax. Sixth one is Mukesh Ambani surpasses Warren Buffett in terms of wealth. Seventh one is Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated 750 megawatt solar project in Madhya Pradesh in Rewa district. The eighth one is American government bans Park Airlines over fake licensing of the pilots in that airlines. Ninth one is Nadan police station of Hamirpur district in Himachal Pradesh has been ranked as one of the best police station in the country. They received certificate of excellence from the Home Minister of India, Mr. Amit Shah. 10th and the last one is US Agency of International Development and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy have announced a partnership for clean energy development. So that's all for the session, and for Hindi general knowledge questions you can visit Earth Vidya Academy channel on YouTube. The content is very important for major competitive exams. So if this video helped you to raise an awareness about important updates and happenings around the world, please leave a like on this video. If you have any suggestions for us, please post in the comment section down below the video, and please subscribe to the channel for daily and important updates, and have a very pleasant day ahead.